there you are. Quick, help me get the map. I've just thought up a route to hunt the Kraken in the Arctic.
Lord Blackwood, we're in a research facility, not a whaling ship.
Nonsense. When I caught the two-headed lion in Ethiopia, I heard exactly the same thing.
Don't you notice anything unusual about yourself?
Unusual? Well, I once swam for 3 straight days to escape a sea monster in the Pacific. Does that count?
I'm talking about your appearance.
Oh, you mean this soft armor? A trademark of the noble folk of the high seas.
Lord Blackwood, aren't you mistaken? That's not armor. That's your body.
Haha, you're quite the joker. I'll admit I have a fine body, but you don't have to exaggerate it like that.
Forgive me, but do you not realize you're a sea slug?
Good heavens, have you been drinking? Absurd. If you can't speak seriously, I see no reason to continue. Go have a cup of tea and clear your head.
We've all heard countless fairy tales about princes or princesses cursed into animals like frogs or swans, only to be freed and restored to human form in the end. But the SCP in the recording above isn't so fortunate. To this day, he still lives in a containment tank in the form of a tiny blue sea slug. And yet, SCP-1867 insists he is Lord Theodore Thomas Blackwood, a distinguished adventurer who claims to have battled deep-sea monsters, climbed frozen mountain peaks, and explored lands where no one has ever set foot. So, are Lord Blackwood's tales true? Or are they just the fanciful ramblings of a mutated sea slug? And if he really was such a great explorer, what could have reduced him to such a small, fragile creature? Join the X Directive as we search for the answers in the case file. SCP-1867, Lord Blackwood. To the naked eye, peering through the glass of the containment tank, all you would see is a Nembrotha kubariana sea slug, less than 20 centimeters long, with a green body, bright orange trim, and soft, swaying appendages. But if you listen to how he describes himself, you might imagine you were standing before a towering British gentleman, ready to set sail and conquer lands where no one has ever ventured. According to SCP-1867, his full name is Lord Theodore Thomas Blackwood, a distinguished adventurer, naturalist, and honorary member of numerous prestigious research societies. In his stories, he claims to have hunted deep-sea monsters, set foot on desolate snow-capped peaks, and explored regions still left blank on the world's maps. In terms of appearance, Blackwood insists he is a broad-shouldered man, with a chest like a war hero, standing as tall as Abraham Lincoln, roughly 1.93 meters. His blue eyes, he says, once drew teasing from his brown-eyed relatives, who joked that he was illegitimate or had Mongol blood. He is left-handed, another trait he says people attributed to the Mongols, though to him, it's the mark of a master swordsman. He takes pride in the fact that his face and hands bear no scars, a rare elegance for someone who claims to have faced countless dangers. In contrast, his arms and torso, he says, are covered in battle scars, each tied to a thrilling tale he is always eager to recount, eyes gleaming with excitement. Of course, the Foundation records every word of these descriptions, while having to face the simple truth that his lordship is nothing more than a small sea slug, slowly crawling around his glass tank. According to Lord Blackwood, one of his most memorable journeys was an encounter with SCP-1000, the Bigfoot. He describes a trek to the Tahoma Mountains in the mid-19th century, where he was captured to be offered as a sacrifice to a savage Sasquatch deity. Just when it seemed his fate was sealed, a herd of wild beasts bearing mysterious tribal markings appeared, rescuing him and escorting him safely back. Blackwood believes he was knighted by their kind, though no one else has ever claimed to witness such a thing. Another tale takes him to the Second Opium War, where he swears he rode at the head of a cavalry charge during the Battle of Guangzhou. Amid the smoke, fire, and thundering cannons, he claims to have led troops with aristocratic poise and unerring accuracy, helping the Anglo-French alliance secure a decisive victory. Though lacking any verifiable evidence, Blackwood recounts these memories with absolute conviction, as if every detail were etched into history, and it was history itself that had merely forgotten to record his name. Though Blackwood's tales are rich and vivid, there remains a question that anyone who has ever met SCP-1867 can't help but ask. Fives. How could a towering explorer nearly 2 meters tall end up as a sea slug barely 20 centimeters long? Within Foundation records, there is no medical or supernatural documentation that clearly explains why SCP-1867 possesses the form of a sea slug. However, through interviews and analysis, 3 notable hypotheses have emerged. The first hypothesis suggests that Blackwood was once a human explorer, but was affected by some form of magic or anomaly that altered his body. During the search of a treasure hoard in a house in England, the address provided by Blackwood himself, agents discovered a jet black stone pendant engraved with strange spiral patterns. The object emitted a faint, anomalous energy, matching frequencies recorded from certain SCPs capable of altering biological forms. While the Foundation suspects this may have triggered the transformation, the phenomenon has not been replicated, leaving the theory as speculation. The second hypothesis proposes that this was the result of Blackwood's own failed experiment. In his study, researchers uncovered an array of intricate mechanical devices resembling late 19th century Royal Society prototypes, but enhanced with technology far ahead of their time. Some blueprints referenced adaptation to extreme deep-sea pressures, enabling humans to survive and explore places never before reached. It is possible that Blackwood attempted a form of bodily conversion to survive in the ocean depths, only for the process to prove irreversible, erasing his human body forever. The third hypothesis, the one that sends a chill through many researchers, suggests that Blackwood truly exists and is still alive, just not in the containment tank. According to this theory, SCP-1867 is merely a messenger, carrying the memories and will of Blackwood from another dimension. Some members of the Interdimensional Division believe he may have accidentally stepped into a spatial rift during an expedition. As a result, his real body became trapped elsewhere, while his consciousness was transmitted into this marine creature as a means of survival. If this theory is correct, then somewhere out there, a 93-meter-tall Lord Theodore Thomas Blackwood may still be continuing his journey. And the sea slug in the glass tank is nothing more than a living map, waiting for someone capable of decoding it to unlock the door home. To this day, the Foundation has been unable to verify any detail from the stories SCP-1867 tells. No maps, travel logs, or historical records align with the feats he describes. And yet, despite the form of a sea slug barely 20 centimeters long, SCP-1867 radiates the intellect, memory, and bearing of a true human being, perhaps even that of a 19th century gentleman adventurer. So, is Lord Theodore Thomas Blackwood truly an explorer, transformed by some unknown force? Or is he merely an anomaly with an extraordinary imagination, weaving an entire lifetime of adventures that never existed? The answer remains a mystery. And you? What do you believe? Share your theory in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to uncover the next SCP mystery. Sir.